that I'm Irrfan's son, and my name is Babil. Nice to meet you. Nothing more than that.
Yeah.
We usually blame it ना on other things. Like मेरे लिए बहुत आसान होगा ये कहना कि यार ये सोशल मीडिया की वजह से हो रहा है. But नहीं, मैं कैसे यूज कर रहा हूँ सोशल मीडिया को? मेरा स्क्रीन टाइम इतना क्यों है? But फिल्म में I would love to work with जयदीप भाई, जयदीप अलावट, राघव जुएल, and अपना आदर्श गौरव.
Oh wow.
These three people I really recently I have had a urge to learn from them. Bodyguards hate me because I jump over them. I jump over fences.
Yeah.
I love meeting people. जब first when the story was troll हो रहा था, तो मैं post कर रहा था. फिर मेरे को लगा कि मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ यार, मतलब like.
Hi, this is Sana Farzeen and welcome to India Today. I have with me the young and talented Babil Khan to talk about his new film Logout. Babil, your recent Instagram post about Pratyush Dua had left a lot of people intrigued and curious. Tell me more about it.
I have no idea. I didn't check the feedback. I just posted and left.
Yeah, but what do you have to say about such marketing stunts where your personal profile or just maybe a cryptic post goes viral for your film promotions? Like, what's your take on that?
I don't have a take. I think right now I myself am trying to find a balance within myself. So I try to distance the like being an actor and being a celebrity are two completely different things. So I'm trying to do my job as a celebrity and then keeping acting as separate.
Yeah.
So honestly, I felt like if it's not manipulative and if at the end of the day you're honest about it, I feel like it was pretty cool.
True.
acting करने को भी मिल गया.
But also tell me about your experience with this film because you're interacting with a computer screen. There's not many people involved. So how was it to actually shoot this?
Yeah, it was very tough.
Yeah.
Because before that I had always depended a lot on the energy of my co-actor, right? And I would always respond to my co-actor. And now I had a computer screen with marks on it, and one amazing cinematographer, Pooja ma'am, she killed it. But yeah, so I had to basically trust myself enough to let my imagination guide me.
Yeah.
So it's I think the whole thing was about craft. क्योंकि उसमें आपको लाइन आप इम्प्रोवाइज ज़्यादा नहीं कर सकते, स्पेस नहीं है, पेस मेंटेन करनी है फिल्म की, बीट पे आपको डायलॉग डिलीवर करना है, ये सब मैंने सीखा नहीं था एक्टिंग स्कूल से. तो मेरे को it was a journey in the craft.
Absolutely.
And at the same time, because I had to trust myself, life automatically brought art to the craft.
Yeah.
And I realized that I don't have, like, I am actually not doing anything. Things are happening and I am a part of it. And yeah, that made it a beautiful process.
Amazing.
Even though it was difficult, but it was, as you said, it was very, very amazing.
Amazing. And definitely a new experience. But Babil, do you also see yourself someday be that close with your fans where you're talking about Babilians or anything? Like, do you see yourself doing that?
If they want to call, whatever they want to call themselves, but I love, bodyguards hate me because I jump over them. I jump over fences.
Yeah.
I love meeting people and I love interacting with fans. Fans, I don't like, I mean, दोस्ती मान लो. But हाँ, मुझे तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है, मैं तो घुस जाता हूँ crowd में.
And also Bhuvan has a cameo, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
What a man. I really respect him so much.
Yeah. But in real life, Babil, if you have to pick like 3 celebs that you want to collab with, who would that be?
So then, see, Bhuvan I want to work with anyways. And Bhuvan, क्योंकि उसकी इतनी allies हैं, वो मैं उनके साथ कहीं भी बहुत जगह काम कर सकता हूँ, सिर्फ फिल्म जरूरी नहीं है. But film में I would love to work with जयदीप भाई, जयदीप अलावट, राघव जुएल, and अपना आदर्श गौरव.
Oh wow.
These 3 people I really recently I have had a urge to learn from them.
I'm sure they would be so happy that you picked them.
I don't know if they would be, but I would definitely be.
Yeah. Also, Babil, tell me, do you believe in logging out from your work after a cut has been said? Like, are you someone who just cuts off?
No, I can't.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. But I've been trying to find ways to do that because I feel like it. When you take too much pressure upon yourself, unknowingly you're kind of being you're making yourself feel too important. Like you're like, I am so important. कि मेरे को ये करना है. The moment you stop giving yourself so much importance, the pressure actually starts aiding your journey.
Right.
Instead of pulling you back, instead of being a weight, it becomes a motivator.
Absolutely.
So for me, I feel like the journey of how to be able to laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
You're being trolled, and कुछ ट्रोलर्स मुझे मैसेज करते हैं, वो सॉरी भी बोलते हैं because they are doing their job ना man, they are maintaining their page, like it's their job. And that's why this film is so important for me, because this character gave me an alley to be able to understand, be curious rather than judge.
Right.
It was तो हाँ यार ऐसे होता है.
But talking about trolls, of course, I think negativity sells on social media and on internet.
But even before social media, TV, negativity always sells.
Yeah. So when you were trolled for being nice, like, did that affect you? Because
I was. So most of it didn't affect me. It was certain ones that. I've shared this in another interview as well, but I'll tell you, of course. The one that really hurt me was where they were playing Baba's Madari scene where he loses his son.
Yeah.
And he's crying, and that's a very emotional scene where he lost his son, And I know that. I know what he thought about while doing that scene. I know that because he shared that with me. I can't share that with anyone.
Yeah, but we get it.
But they took that. They ना वो बंदे जो भी जिसने भी किया था वो लिया और फिर लिखा था कि Irrfan looking down at his son and feeling this about his legacy or whatever, something they said. And then they put me saying sorry. That hurt me a lot.
Absolutely.
Because it was about my Baba.
And it's hurtful to say something like that. Absolutely.
But I see, अभी वो मैं उसको judge नहीं कर सकता. वो भी अपने table पे, he was just trying to put food on his table.
Right.
I can't judge that person, but I can evaluate the way I respond to that situation. Why was I so hurt?
Yeah.
Why did I reflected upon that? And now I don't feel so hurt. And now I also feel like Baba would be यार मैंने तो इतना I have not thought about my legacy as much जितना तुम लोग सोच रहे हो.
But Babil, it's also, I think it's a different kind of pressure on you to kind of how you present yourself, the kind of roles that you pick up. Do you often think that what Baba would be, what Irrfan would be thinking about when you make your independent choices?
No. I think he would be very unhappy if I was making choices based on how he thought.
Yeah.
Because his entire life of being a father, not an actor, but as a father, and my mother, my upbringing was about being yourself and not being afraid of that. Not that's wrong. Actually, being scared, but accepting your fear and still being yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when I post poetry now, I'm frightened, but I know that that's my expression.
Yeah.
So I post it anyways.
True.
I think feeling scared is okay. Feeling unhappy is okay. Whatever you're feeling is okay. It's absolutely fine.
Right.
Just, I would like to be there and be kind. I think kindness could be something that as a society we can work on.
Right. But do you also seek your mother's validation, because she of course is so talented. Yeah.
Mama, like I think as a child, your parents' validation is Baba did his entire. He was seeking his mother's validation.
Wow.
That is the crux of his motivation. Why he became who he became. It was for his mother to look at him and be like, "You've done a good job."
Wow.
Yeah. Sons have, they need their mother's approval. They need their mother's validation. It's important.
Yeah. And how is Babil as an elder brother?
That you'll have to ask my younger brother. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to evaluate myself, and I think it'd be pretty narcissistic of me to do that, and presumptuous as well.
Yeah.
But I think Ayan would be able to answer that question better.
We'll have to meet him soon.
Yes, he's great. You like him a lot. Yeah.
Babil, also tell me, the film talks about where one draws the line. Like as a artist, as a public figure, where do you draw a line that certain people, maybe the media or the fans, shouldn't be entering that lane? Have you made your boundaries clear?
So I dived in with my heart open.
Absolutely. And I think that is why people love you a lot for that.
And hate me. But that's who I am, and I cannot change that.
Yeah.
And if I change that, then I don't know what that would be the most fake, most inauthentic, most dangerous, lethal thing to my soul.
Yeah.
But I dived in with my heart open, and then slowly I started learning that there are parts of you that you keep to yourself so that you can provide that in a much more effective way. First when the sorry was troll हो रहा था, तो मैं post कर रहा था, फिर मेरे को लगा कि मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ यार, मतलब when your work speaks for you, I think that's the most effective way to communicate.
Absolutely.
Because then you're giving your soul, then you're really giving your soul.
Yeah.
But to do that, you have to keep parts of you to yourself.
Right.
Which I learned by giving it out and then getting bashed.
Yeah. And growing up, Babil, was social media part of your life? Because of course you were also...
No, not at all.
No? Wow.
I was deliberately kept away from everything. Even society. I remember I got my first smartphone when I was 22.
Wow.
I didn't have, when I went to university, I didn't have an Instagram account.
Right.
My friends made an account for me because they wanted to communicate with me because I had a dabba phone then. So then I bought a phone, and my first account,
Yeah, but right now, what does social media means to you? Of course, we see you posting your poetries, which is a way to express your emotions. But maybe catering to fans or just brand promotions, what is social media right now in your life?
It doesn't matter what it is in my life, but what matters is that what is it to people?
Yeah.
Is because social media as a tool can be used in extremely positive ways, and it can really help. Because we live in we live in age of capitalism, right? So,
absolutely.
So we have to sell. The art has to be balanced with the commerce, and social media provides every aspect to be able to promote your work without having to go through legal structures, and now music artists can post without having to be a part of a label. So that way there's a very positive side to social media. Every challenge in life, there is a positive and there's a negative.
Yeah.
It's how we respond to it, how we react to it.
Absolutely.
We usually blame it on other things. मेरे लिए बहुत आसान होगा ये कहना कि यार ये सोशल मीडिया की वजह से हो रहा है, बट नहीं, मैं कैसे यूज कर रहा हूँ सोशल मीडिया को? मेरा स्क्रीन टाइम इतना क्यों है? नहीं, अब नहीं है मेरा स्क्रीन टाइम इतना, बट इट्स as an individual, you have to choose your way of responding to the challenge, I think.
But do you sometimes feel the odd one out maybe among your young peers because everyone's hooked on social media and you have no screen time?
I don't have friends also.
Oh my God.
No, but I genuinely don't need, I feel like, I don't know, I was built for this maybe. I see that energy I spent, I did my bit of partying and friendships and all of that when I was 16, 17 में आप जब स्कूल यूनिवर्सिटी जाते हो, स्कूल जाते हो, आप अपनी ज़िंदगी जीते हो, बट वो फिर हो गया ख़त्म, उसकी बुक भी ख़त्म हो गई. फिर जब मैं वापस आया, I didn't feel the need for to be so social, to see, I have 2 friends. One of them is my acting mentor and one is my diving instructor.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm very happy because then I can use that energy to interact with people genuinely. And I don't have to then
pretend. Yeah.
then I can really listen, and I know so many times my team has to drag me away. You don't have to start a conversation every time. Like, yeah.
Amazing. And Babil, tell me, of course, Kala was such a brilliant debut that you had. Like everyone just went crazy about your performance.
Yeah.
But did actually life change post that? The kind of roles that you got, the kind of acceptance that I think every actor desires. Like, tell me about life just after Kala for you.
Life changed, man. Like life, I became famous. I don't know. I don't consider myself famous, but
at least you were known.
Yeah. Like it changed drastically because I couldn't have my Sev Puri downstairs anymore. You know what I mean? I couldn't go on a rickshaw ride. But then I did have a whole platform to tell a story now. You know what I mean? Every time I still audition all the time, and I use that as practice. So it becomes really cool because because of the experience of Kala and the experience of all the other films I've done, experience of Logout, every audition, every film you do, it teaches you more about yourself.
Yeah.
How life changes, that is up to life, right? But these things give you the tools to be able to respond to life better.
Right.
You know, every step you take in your work, every step you take in your life gives you a tool to respond to life better. And if you can be aware of that, I feel you'd have an arsenal with which you'd be able to be kinder to life.
Absolutely. Also, it's very interesting that you luckily haven't have to face the box office pressure as of now. All your projects have been OTT releases.
Yeah.
Babil, do you feel that just gives you a safer platform to just perform, to show your skills, because there's no added pressure of how the film would do?
Safe तो मतलब वो analysis तो आता है कि ये चली कि नहीं.
Right.
वो उसका but हाँ numbers का pressure अभी नहीं है. जब आएगा तो मैं आपको बताऊंगा कैसा लगा. But अभी इसमें ही डर लगता है.
अच्छा.
क्योंकि I'm giving myself na. Of course I'm scared of how things will turn out.
Right.
Of course I'm terrified. Right now I don't have there are some things in the works which I'm not allowed to discuss right now. But
sure.
Yeah, and then there will be that box office pressure, and at that time I'll be able to answer this question. Because मैंने वो अभी experience नहीं किया तो मैं कैसे answer.
But as an actor, is that an aspiration, like something that you wanted to do, to be on the big screen, or you just maybe wanted to be in front of the camera?
नहीं, ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं है. मतलब वो देखो, आपने cinema parody show देखी?
Yes.
Right?
Of course.
You see how
it's the
right
magic.
Now something is happening like that. Like the theaters are. I love to perform. May it be, I could, if you know, I just want to go with the flow of life. Like wherever it takes me,
Yeah.
Maybe I won't be an actor in 5 years. Maybe I'll be a singer. Maybe I'll be a diving instructor. Maybe I'll disappear. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. All I know is right now, I'm here, I'm alive, and I'm happy. And if I'm sad, I'm sad.
Yeah.
Whatever I am. And it's important to just be honest with that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Rather than think about
it.
क्या होगा, क्या नहीं होगा.
But it's also very interesting that I think grief is one emotion that we all face and we don't talk about it at all. Yeah. Tell me, did you kind of take those energies, take those emotions and pour it into your work? Because how did you kind of deal with that phase?
I dealt with it by, I didn't actually, first, of course, you just deny it, right? That's why I just jumped into.
Yeah.
Maybe a part of me was just trying to run away from the pain, but the pain will always catch up.
Absolutely.
And the more you run away from the things that you are deeming as negative, like we label pain as a negative emotion.
Yeah.
We label anxiety as negative, but the truth is that they are what they are.
Absolutely.
It is our perception of them, of those feelings. If you're able to sit with your pain, I think it makes you a much kinder, much softer, much gentler is a word?
Yeah,
it makes you empathetic.
Hmm.
It helps you feel other people.
Yeah. But who's that one person that you can be honest with your emotions with?
यार मैं तो सबके साथ मैं तो Instagram पे ही बोल देता हूँ तो पोएट्री लिख देता हूँ यार I feel like being honest is a terrifying emotion right now, and being honest about your feelings is very, very scary. But
absolutely,
even if though it's scary, you should take that step. I take that step. If you want to take that step, take that step.
Thank you so much, Babil, for this honest conversation, and it's always a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you.